For Korea. The loneliest walk in football.
Record, guys.
Soon others will go through something I'm sure these keepers are being made well aware of all the time. You're not to come off your line. That will be watched by the official by the side. It's all about nerves. It's a very long way for that jumpman if he's up for the first penalty as well. It's Min Woo that appears to be taking the first for Korea. And he'll be up against Fernando. Big responsibility. Korea score first, there's always scoreboard pressure on the second penalty taker. Min Woo scored a header against Japan. Made Korea go through the group unbeaten without scoring goals. Min Woo versus Hernando. Min Woo, fine finish. 1-0. As he sees Min Woo, gives him a cuddle. Over to you now. Byung-byung. It's Sananta. First up for Indonesia. Missed a header he put over the bar. One where he was offside, he put wide. A lot of pressure on the young man. Slips back. Salanta versus Byung-byung. And he gets it through the arms of Byung-byung. He almost saved that, but pace took it through the arm. Guess right, the Korean keeper. Kept one foot on the line when the ball was kicked. Fernando trying to take his time as Kang Hee steps up. Kang Hee, who got himself in a tangle for the first goal, versus Hernando. Lovely finish that is by Kang Hee. Screams his approval. Lovely stroke penalty. Fernando went the right way, but it was too high. That was relief there. Arkan wanders up from the halfway line for Indonesia and trail by 2 penalties to 1. That's a mighty long run up here. Arkan. Well, again, Byung-byung gets a couple of hands on him and almost saves him. But the pace goes into the side netting. Well, at least he put his laces through it, and it was that pace that ultimately took it past the keeper. 2-2. Nobody's missing. Next up to the plate, Jae-won. If If you are behind the settee, or the chair, or behind your hands, Jaiwan versus Anando. Jaiwan up to the ball. Oh, sends Anando away for his fish and chips. It is becoming a very, very nervy time. Indonesia always chasing because they take the second penalty, and here's Rafael throwing to try and level things up. 2 goals in the game. Service somewhat dried up in the second half. Cracking first goal on a poacher's second goal, profiting on a mistake by Kang Hee. But Youngbjörn's been very close to 2 penalties now. Throw it. Slips the ball in. Nerveless finish there. Fernando gets a little handshake. Struik wants to play mind games. Referee Evans says, no, I'll have the football if you don't mind. A very cool penalty. There's a penalty taker back in my youth, I can tell you. But when you see the keeper start to go the wrong way, it's an absolute beautiful feeling. Sang-Hoo versus Hernando. Sang-Hoo. I think Hernando thought it was going that way and hesitated. But it's 4-3. Just bear in mind, as every penalty of the first 7 has been successful, that red card for Korea could still play a part. See the hesitation there for the Fernando. Marcelino with each passing moment. Pressure gets higher. Youngbjörn is very close to 2 penalties. Marcelino sends the keeper the wrong way. It's 4 apiece. We talk about the nerves that the players go through, but I tell you, both sets of bats, wherever they are in the world or in this stadium, are going through every emotion going. It is a real roller coaster of emotions, penalty shootouts. Marcelino brings it to 4 apiece. We will be moving if both the next 2 penalties are successful, and they have to be successful, otherwise we won't go to what I'm about to say. It will be sudden death, and it's Jun-Soo, the captain, standing up. Jun-Soo fires it into the back of the net, sends the keeper the wrong way because it wasn't in the corner. Would you want to be the person that is now walking up to take this final penalty? Youngbjörn sees Hubnak come forward. Have you put your strongest penalty takers out early and saved the weakest till last? Hubnak, who's had a very good game so far. Up to the ball. But it's saved. And Korea can rear on to the semi-finals. Youngbjörn is the hero. They're just looking now, they're just checking if the keeper stayed on his line. It looks as though the penalty may be taken again. Sean Evans is indicating something. It is a retake. Yeah, he's off his line. Dragged his left leg off his line. My word. You need to score a penalty. You've missed a penalty. Your side have to have this penalty go in to extend the penalty situations. Would you want to be in Justin Hubner's shoes right now? You've just missed with a poor penalty. Just watch the left leg drag off the line. There it is. And Hubner will now be thinking, same side, double bluff. I can tell you, I know what Hubner's doing this time. This young man's going to thrash it as hard as he can, I would say. To stay in the tight, Hubner. There's a steal by Hubner, but the second attempt. Oh, the carrot of success snatched away as it dangled in front of Korea there by a scraping left leg of Youngbyun. First of the sudden death penalties. Up to the ball. Sang-Yoon misses. Hernando saves today. And the pendulum goes the other way. Sang-Yoon and Nando. Did he move? Guess right. Will Sean Evans be asking to see if the leg comes off, but Sang-Yoon is the man that has seen his spot get saved. Well, that's a substitute. Okay. Steps up to the ball. Line. Okay. Really. If he could have 10 seconds back of his life, he'd go back now. Korea. Really. Oh, the hearts, the dashed hopes. Sang-Bin. Remember, these are the players that didn't put their hands up at the start. Sang-Bin versus Hernando. Puts it in, Sang-Bin does. And now there is some real pressure. It is just meandering its way to, if you're a fan of either of these two sides in a football way, I've got to tell you that this is just a long, lingering end for one of these two sides. Kelly comes up. He doesn't look confident to me. Make sure you hit the target going through his head. Kelly. Well, he did find the target, but it wasn't really that far in the corner. Remember, all your outfield players must take a penalty that were on the field of play at the end of the game. Korea only had 10 players on the field of play. massive moment now. Young Sang. Oh, that's all he needed, poor lad. Trying to compose himself. Young Sang against Fernando. Fires it into the back of the net. You don't need anybody to just interrupt your thought process. You just want to get on with it. Your nerves are jumping around your body, left, right and centre. And when the referee says, well, you just put the ball back. You don't really want that. Has to be scored. Captain Ridho comes forward. Ricky Ridho. The veins almost pumping out of his neck there with nerves. Ridho versus Young Byuk. In the middle it goes. Well, certainly not heading for the car yet, are you? Right down the middle. The anguish. And it is Mencetak. Versus Fernando. Mencetak. Oh, it's a fine penalty. It's a fine penalty, that is. Nerves of steel, everybody. Okay, gets right to Nando, but underneath the ball as it rises into his net. Has to be scored. Hamid Ferrari. Believe you me, the pressure on these players now is just growing. They can never recreate this in training. Ferrari v Young Byuk to stay in the game for Indonesia. Ferrari fires it in. It's getting close. And I don't think in my life I've ever got to a penalty shootout where a sending off may have an effect. Young Byuk. Has to score. Keeper beat keeper. What a fine penalty for a keeper. But I, like you, wait to see what happens next. I hang on every frame that is being filmed and every penalty that is being taken. Fernando to level things up against the man that's just beaten him with a penalty. And Nando up to the ball, into the back of the net. Well, by my recollection, there is no penalty to be taken by the outfield players of Korea, which leaves one man who has to run up and take the penalty to win the game. And believe you me, that young man never wanted to take a penalty in the first place. Well, Maybe I've miscounted. Minwoo. Sends the keeper the wrong way. Minwoo had scored his first one and he got his second, so they're going round again, so the red card has not ended up penalising. Saranta comes up. Has to score for Indonesia. Doesn't look overly confident. Yumpium got an arm on his first penalty. Sends him the wrong way this time. Saranta. It's a save. Penalties eradicate most things, but it's 10 apiece. One more time, as we say over here in England, around Piccadilly Circus. Fernando. But the joy of the save. Well, now that save has to be cemented. Indonesia. Fernando a little bit sure of himself. Left of a half. Will he go the same size? Yumbium went to his left and two hands on him last time. Hard hand. Back to the ball. Winning on penalties over Korea, the 2020 champions.
Kembali ini penalti lagi.